everything the workers have achieved, they have achieved fighting. So this is a very commonly known principle, at least in the communist circles, that all of the so-called privileges or all of the rights that the working people now have been achieved in active fighting. So either it was through protesting, striking, any kind of non-compliance, or it has been through a revolution. Now, and the best example can be given with the Great October Revolution that took place in Russia. After the Soviets have established their power across many lands, the conditions of the working class people have vastly improved and had been improving for quite some time. But it didn't only affect the people who lived on the lands that became known as the Soviet Union. The rest of the world had to play catch up, so to speak, in order to avoid the people of the lands, of these other lands, revolting as well. So many of the achievements of the Great October Revolution are our modern day working conditions, can be seen in the modern day working conditions. So the 8-hour workday is something that has been fought by socialists and communists throughout the world for quite some time. Many holidays, days off, have also been gained through the same kind of striking or protesting. That doesn't mean that every single achievement that humankind has made is due to socialists and communists, but there were great strides. There's been great progress, and huge strides were taken after the Soviet Union has come to be. And that is just to show that capitalists are not going to make our conditions, our working conditions, better out of the kindness of their heart. They're only going to do it if we are actively fighting for our rights. And there are many, many various phenomena that come into play together with this. For example, the phenomena of the high pressure machine. The high pressure machine needs some release in order to function, or otherwise it's going to burst or combust. And if anyone of you has better understanding of physics, please enlighten me. But you have to let some of the pressure out. So this analogy, I think, has been used to describe what often happens when the working class is trying to oppose the capitalist or the bourgeoisie class. The bourgeoisie class may let some of the pressure out by agreeing to some of the improvements that the working class people are demanding. And this may appear as if the bourgeoisie is willing to negotiate. It may appear as if the bourgeoisie is kind and understanding and compassionate, but no. They just do it to let some pressure out so that the whole machine doesn't burst and destroy everything. So giving those little outlets to the working people in the ways of allowing unions, or in the ways of reforming some of the stricter laws. All of this is the bourgeoisie trying to still hold on to that power without actually compromising their wealth and without having working class people actively oppose them and fight against them. Because if we, the working class people, all rise up against the bourgeoisie, they have no chance. And this is what we have to realize. We have to realize how much power we collectively have, and that we don't have to, physically fight necessarily, but we have to demand our rights we have to do it all together. If little groups of people do it, this is not going to be very effective. It's just going to end up in some people, being ostracized, some people losing their jobs, some people even getting imprisoned, etc. So if we all unite and if we all start demanding change, it's going to possibly start happening, but it's a slippery slope because reformism, unfortunately, is not going to solve capitalist production. Capitalist production is based upon exploitation, so we can only completely radically get rid of it and start building a completely new system. And Lenin wrote a lot about the establishment of communism. He wrote about the three stages in his most famous work, The State and Revolution. And obviously nowadays we have more data gathered about all the various ways socialism has been established or the process has been set into place, so we can learn from the newer experiences. We can see the mistakes that have been made and try not to make the same mistakes, but we have to remember that everything the workers have gained, they've gained fighting.